I was being a fucking dick. And I was like, I hate you, I hope you leave. And he goes, okay, and he just walked out of the house. But all he really did was walk out of the house and just close the door behind him and stand there.
Yeah.
And I immediately broke down, like the bitch I am. I was like, I was just kidding, I was just mad, I'm sorry, like crying. And my dad's like, yeah, I fucking thought so. Like, he closed the door, and I was like, all right.
See, I would say you're a realist, is all you were. You were a realist. You realized you're screwed without an adult.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't like, it wasn't a selfish, like, I don't know, it was like, oh my god, my best friend just left me, like, my dad just left, what did I say? And then he just taught me a really good lesson. That's what he did.
That's a great reason, then.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
No, I'm the only child.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, great. I like that. That seems good.
I'm the middle child,
But
so...
Yeah, that explains everything.
My wife has two, a brother and sister, and I feel like now I have to deal with all that drama, too.
Yeah.
And the damn presents. There's just so many presents with the siblings. It's...
Yeah, and then they have kids. It's like, oh, man, what's going on with all that? And they always say things like, no, just get things for the kids. And you're like, no, you know how much easier it is to buy for you than it is to buy for some, 14-year-old kid?
Well, and if
you're like, what do you like? Are you just going to hate whatever I give you? Yeah, okay, well.
Yeah, it's true. This gold brick is stupid. It's like, all right. It's like, whatever you, yeah, you're right. Whatever you give them, they just fucking hate.
And
Here's a brand new iPad. It's like, those stupid iPads, this is so last year.
Oh, my God.
It's like, all right.
And if you have to go around, like, what the parents want or don't want their kids to have, too, you know, trying to figure that thing out.
Yeah,
no, they don't. They can't do TV yet.
Oh, no, they're not allowed to have sugar.
Yeah. Oh, caffeine? Oh, good God. I remember the day that one of my friends found out, like, she didn't know that, like, tea had caffeine in it, too. But had been like, no, they can't have any sodas or anything. And was upset about, you know, them having a soda on accident. Because didn't know, you know. It was like, you've fed them caffeinated drinks their entire life. You just thought it was good for them.
Yeah.
They're fine. I lived in a house that had lead paint as a kid. It's fine.
Yeah,
you know,
we're
that
all
old
right.
George Carlin bit is very true. When he's like, you know, I used to play in raw sewage. It's like, my immune system's great. He's right. Because even when I'm 30. I'll be 31 this year. Even my generation of, you know, my age group, like, we all played outside, and, like, there was no, like, make sure you wash your hands, make sure you can't eat this, can't eat that. It was like, do whatever you want, see you later. You know, it was, and I never get sick. Like, you know, I get sick once a year.
When I was growing up in Germany, we would, like, bike out into the hills, and there was this really cool hill we wanted to play on, right?
Wait, time out.
Yeah.
Scale back that story. What do you mean when I was growing up in Germany? You don't just open a sentence with that and not explain that story.
I'm a military brat. I'm a military brat,
Oh,
so
okay.
I moved around it. Yeah.
I
So we were.
He worked it on his accent for so long.
Yeah,
oh my God,
German national. That's a
He's
thing.
so German.
So we were like living off base up there, and but the hill that we played on every day, we found out when we moved, they're like, oh no, that's the city trash dump. We just bury trash there, cover it with some dirt, and you dumb kids just played on it for years.
Right.
Fine.
Right.
Totally fine.
Yeah, nothing
Totally
wrong
fine.
with you.
Nothing wrong with me at all.
You are very normal.
Well adjusted.
Yeah, I'm less worried about, like, germs bothering my kid so much as I'm worried about, I don't know, the internet. Like, just because, not even the internet, like, the act, like being on the internet or whatever. Nah. He's my kid, and he's my husband's kid. The two of us were insane. He's going to do some fucked up shit, and I'm just going to have to deal with that. But what my concern is the, like, the waves, the, like, energy. You know what I mean? Like
Wi-Fi signals and stuff? Or?
Yeah, like the signal. Just because with our phones, and then with the TV, and then with everything, there's so much, like, stuff, like, flying through the air that we don't even know how it affects us. and we're old, like comparatively to my child who's 2 months old, but like his body will be bombarded with it his entire life, whereas our bodies were bombarded with it maybe from our maybe from like our 20s all the way through to now. But you know,
how are we going to get superheroes if we don't have stuff like this, Amy? This is how we get superheroes.
I was just going to toss him in raw sewage.
In radiation for goddamn 30 years, and I can't get any powers.
Yeah, I just thought I'd give him some extra X-rays. I'm going to be like, no, don't put the lead vest on. Just do it direct on him. He's cool. He's cool.
Fine.
Yeah, I want his heart to grow 4 sizes so that he becomes super loving man. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. That was not good. I'm not the All right, listen. I can give support, but creating comic book characters, not me.
This is why I do sketch. I get several takes on it.
Yeah, I'm riffing. It's not going well.
Do you do sketch, or are you trying to get into any of that, or writing for no?
Well, I can write. I write well, but as far as you mean, like doing sketch comedy and stuff like that?
No. Maybe
or like writing for it.
Writing for it, or writing for 30-minute shows.
Yeah, I could. I for sure could.
Yeah.
But it's just something I haven't really sat down. I actually made a movie, but it never got edited, and it's not a comedy. It's a short film. It was a short thriller film, and the whole thing got made. And then we kind of ran out of funding when it came to editing, and now I have all this footage sitting on my laptop, unedited. So I have the background for it of script writing and screenwriting or whatever. It's just I never really tried after that.
Yeah.
So that's not part of the Philly comedy scene that you're really actively a part of. You're really more just in the stand-up crowd. What's that like? Are there open mics multiple nights a week?
Oh, there's open mic almost every day of the week. You can find one. I mean, I go to open mics all the time to work on stuff all the time.
Right on.
It's the best place to work on stuff.
Do you mostly do booked shows or open mics?
No. I use open mics to work on new material.
Okay.
Right on.
So you don't want to go to an actual show and be like, "Oh, let's see if this one works." I did that a few times and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I went against all my instincts and did it again in May, and I had this long story that didn't really work out. And in my head, I'm like, "No, I'll be fine." And I went on. I was like, I forgot so much of that joke, like in the middle of it. Like, so I was like, I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've done that so many times. I always try to go out. Sometimes I'll pitch ideas. People let me do things they shouldn't let me do a lot. People are always like, "Oh, but Amy's fine. She's gonna whatever she does is gonna be good." I'm like, "Listen, guys, I've thrown a lot of stuff against the wall that did not fly. So don't let me just do whatever." I understand moments where I've done shows where like I've totally planned out the whole thing, and then as soon as I get up there, I immediately go, "Nah, you know what? I'm gonna do this thing instead," and then it just fails so hard.
Did you not do the take up a notebook or anything just in case, Amy? Is that not?
Oh, well, usually
F-
my thing's like a bit.
Oh, okay.
Like when I'm doing stuff, when I did stand-up in New York City as well, Adam. After I went to college in Dallas, but then I went back to the East Coast to live with my parents after college, and ended up moving to New York City to do theater and stand-up and stuff like that. So when I did stand-up, though, I did it in like alt rooms, like really avant-garde little spots in the Lower East Side that were like mostly supportive. And also I've said this before, but I rested on the laurels of the fact that mostly people like me when they meet me. So I didn't really do much work. I didn't write jokes. I mean, I wrote a few jokes, but I didn't really put a lot of effort into it, because I would just walk up and essentially be like, "Hi, I'm Amy. You like me, right?" And people would be like, yeah, we do like you. And I'd be like, great. I'm going to keep being me for the next 4 minutes, and you guys are going to love it. And they'd go, yay. So that doesn't really push you to write better material. So
Yeah, sure doesn't.
Yeah, I could see that.
yeah. So later on, I got into improv, and down here, I joined a theater as it was starting, the New Movement Theater, and took classes with them in improv, and then immediately started teaching for them. So I've been performing for 8-9 years, and then teaching for about 7. So so that's pretty wild. But man, stand-up is hard.
That's why I don't do it.
It's just real, man.
Part of it is fun. It's definitely fun.
Do you do like storytelling style? Do you do like individual jokes?
Yeah, I pepper those in, but most of it's like stories I have.
Yeah.
You know, I'm working on 2 new stories now. I'll see how that goes.
Right on. Do you ever do stuff like the Moth or those like storytelling events and stuff? They have a bunch of those in New York.
No, not really.
Huh.
It's just things I gotta do more looking around myself. It's just, you know, again, I'm lazy, so.
Sure, I hear
Oh,
that.
the best being a lazy piece of garbage, and I just gotta do more.
Well, Amy's gonna start managing you soon, so she'll get on that for you.
Yeah. So we need it. We need someone to be like, hey, dickhead, you gotta go here. I'm like, all right.
I was like, if you help me figure out how to make money with my podcast, I'll tell you you're good every day. Don't worry, for sure. I'll make phone calls and be like, they're gonna be here at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday. They're gonna do it.
She'll do it in the newsy voice she just did too.
Yeah, that's how I
That's how you
produce.
sell it.
Yeah, the 40s,
Yeah.
extra, read all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So whenever I call on your behalf, I'll be like, hi, how you doing? This is the manager of Adam and Greg. How's it going? And they're like, wow, this girl means business.
Pass, click.
Oh, rejection. That's so good.
But that's okay, because Newsy Voice takes rejection really well, so they're like, all right, that seems fine.
Next, yeah. They get wood nickels a lot. They're used to it.
Very positive, very positive. They lived on nothing. They were 8 years old and they sold newspapers. They actually led a revolution. A fucking revolution, Patrick! They were 8!
Wait, are you referencing the musical right now?
Yes, I
Because
am!
I have actually never seen it.
Or the movie with the young Christian Bale.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh my god!
My brother loved it. I did not watch that movie.
It's like so good and you would love it. And I'm gonna say, Wendell, our other co-host who's not here, I can almost 100% guarantee he loves that movie. I can,
It's for sure not good. Don't watch it, but, you know.
Thank you. Thank you for siding with me on this one.
Whatever.
Hey, guys, I actually have to go. I have to help my wife's elderly dog give her an IV bag.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, that's not a good reason to have to go. I'm sorry to hear that.
I was going to say, if that's an excuse,
it's
that was
right.
amazingly
That was the
well
best.
detailed and really got me. I was like, wow, you have to go. Adam,
I told her an hour ago. I promised her. She's looking at me at the window like, I need help. And I'm like, all right.
oh, poor dog.
I'm sorry to hear that. But thank you so much for being on.
Yeah,
with us.
absolutely. Thank you
thanks
so
for
much.
having me. It was so much fun. Can I just say all my social media stuff so I can shamelessly plug myself like a whore?
Yeah, do it. Plug it up. Wait, that's not the right
follow us on
phrase.
Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at Nerds with Words 1, the number 1, at Nerds with Words 1. Follow myself at Adam Nutter. On Instagram, we're nerds.with.words. Also, my personal Instagram at _Nutter. Facebook.com/nerdswithwordspodcast. Or, I should have led with this, go to our website, nerdswithwordspodcast.com, and all of our information is on there. That would be way easier to say. So go to nerdswithwordspodcast.com, look for our tour dates, look for our social media, our contact, all that stuff's on nerdswithwordspodcast.com. And you can find our podcast anywhere you find podcasts.
That's so great. Thank you so much for talking to us. It's really great to have a podcast-to-podcast chat. I'm really excited about it.
Sure. Thanks for having me. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for being part of our Pennsylvania. We realized we started interviewing comics outside of Texas and realized we interviewed 3 or 4 all from Pennsylvania. So I was like, ha! We're showcasing the other state. It's going to be great.
Well, thanks so much, man.
No, well, again, thanks so much, guys. Sorry I had to cut it short.
You're perfect. Thank you so much for chatting with us. Have a great evening.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Yes But Why podcast.